Lifebuoy key. Excellent.
Is that the key to the emergency communication room?
Yeah. Let's leave this monster-infested hellhole.
Couldn't agree with you more. But first, what else is here? Handgun ammo and this. Communication Officer's Journal. Day 1. I made the right decision coming up to the promenade. I've got food and beverages to last me a long time. I can still hear those things out there, clawing on my door looking for prey. Too bad they ain't getting in here. I have no idea if anyone else is still alive, but I know I'm gonna make it through this alright. Day 2. Shit. Those damn things got through the air ducts, but I put them all down before they could do any real damage. I've trained for this, and I trained hard. Hats off to me. Good thing I was up when it happened. No more deep sleeps for me. Day 3. After yesterday's surprise party, I haven't been able to sleep a wink. My nerves are frayed. I wish I wasn't the only one here. Pretty tired today. Don't feel well. I better not get sick. I shouldn't move. Need to conserve energy. Just hang in there. I think this is day 4. I got a fever. Hope those monsters don't find me like this. I'm so out of it. Am I infected or is it just cold? There's a big lump on my head and it hurts. Wish I had someone to talk to. So alone. How many days is it? I found someone to talk to. So happy. He's very funny. Tells lots of jokes. Lots. They're funny. I laugh. Laugh. His face is too close. In my face. He thinks so too. No room to move. Had a fight. He wanted all the foods. He was eating meat. Good, tasty meat. I saw his face. Chewing. Eating. No mate for me. Looked tasty. His head looks tasty. Help. Can't move. Trapped. Me, not me. Who is me? Please help, please. Mayday. 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 Meat. Meat. Eat. Eaty meat. I gotta say, dude, I love the documents that are like that, dude. Where like, it shows them slowly deteriorating. Resident Evil 2 and 3, the OGs had that too. OG 2 was actually really, really good. Okay. Well, it looks like I'll be continuing this. You know, I was gonna, you know what, ever since that boss now, I think I'm gonna do something real quick. So, I've mentioned that I played a bunch of these games. Yep, like Brooker. So real quick, before I leave here, I've mentioned that I played a bunch of the games of Resident Evil franchise. So now what I'm gonna do is as it stands now, before I continue with this game, I'm not going to include this game in it, but I'm gonna give it my own official ranking for this game. The number of Resident Evil games I said I've played totals to 13. What the fuck is all that cracking noise? Totals of 13. Now, my ranking is going to include 11 of them, because 2 of those games were Outbreak File 1 and File 2. While I have played those games, I played them so long ago at this point that I don't feel comfortable anymore to put them on the list. Damn teenagers. So, I'm not going to explain why I'm going to rank each game or I'm going to rank it, because that would just be its own video versus like a 3-minute thing like this. But what I will say is that each game is being ranked on 2 components. How Resident Evil each game is, and when I say Resident Evil, I mean like, well, play the old school Resident Evil games, OG2, OG3, Code Veronica, kinda Zero. Those ones. Play the older ones and you'll see what the fuck I mean. How good of a Resident Evil game each game is, as well as how good of a survival horror game itself these games are. Because Resident Evil is rooted in survival horror. So, with that in mind, So you can have a game that's more so survival horror, not so Resident Evil, or a game that's more Resident Evil, not so survival horror. So with that in mind, let's go with the rankings. There are 11 of them in total. From worst to best, number 11, Resident Evil 6. Who saw that coming? I think everybody did. Number 10, Resident Evil 5. Who saw that coming? I think probably everybody did. Number 9, a lot of people might already see this one coming. Resident Evil 3 Reimagining. I think a lot of people already saw it one coming. Number 8, this is one that some people might not see coming. Resident Evil 0. Here's one that might piss people off from how low it is on the ranking, but let's be honest here. This one is very similar to 5, and it's where the franchise started to deviate from itself. Number 7, Resident Evil 4. Like I always say, good game, bad Resident Evil game. And it's not a survival horror game at all, so... Number 6, Resident Evil 7. Number 5, Code Veronica. Number 4, Resident Evil 2 Reimagining. Resident Evil 2 Reimagining would be even higher on the list if it weren't for my 3 issues with it. If you're unaware what my issues are, atmosphere, Mr. X, A and B scenarios. All 3 of those got fucked. That's why it's at number 4, but it's still a damn good game. Number 3, OG Resi 3. Number 2, OG Resi 2. And number 1, Resident Evil 1 Remake. One thing I'll do is when I start Revelations 2, during the introduction of that game, I will put this game in there for 12 games total and put it on my official listing. But for now, let's continue. Alright. Now we're about to get to that glorious music from before. I'll show part of that fight from where you're supposed to do it. You know, there was one thing I was doing too, where like there's one technique too, where like you straight up, I'll show it. Like you just straight up kind of go around him again and again, the comms officer, and just keep knifing him. And it actually works. Well, it would work. You could probably kill him like that. It would take a while though. But the other enemies just, you can't do it. I attempted it because I kept running out of ammo.
That room will work.
Don't jinx us now, Jill. Your bad predictions tend to come true.
Yeah, it's called jinxing. Jill. If I call Jill Rookie every now and then, you know why. Here we go. Ah, buddy. And now right next to one of these damn things again.
Raymond!
Looks like we both were too late.
What are you talking about?
Huh.
Ignorant creatures who do not yet know of us. The time
Both
to
of you.
speak has come.
Look,
Thou wilt that I remove the desperate grief which wrings my heart already.
Little masked friend.
Ere I speak of it. But if thy words be seed that may bear fruit of infamy to the traitor whom I know, speaking and weeping shalt thou see together. I know not who thou art, nor by what mode thou hast come down here. The world is in our hands. This is the T-Abyss virus, and we're equipped to infect 1/5 of the Earth's waters.
He's turning guppies into jaws. Shh, quiet.
And even a child could guess what will happen next.
We are Veltro, vengeful messengers from the depths of the Inferno.
So this is our man. I knew it was Veltro.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Abandon hope. He's quoting Dante.
Send a team to Valcoinen-Mock Airport. Look for something linked to this ship, O'Brien.
Yes, I read you. I'll send Quint and Keith.
What?
You two, get ready to move.
I hate snow. Snow hates you.
Just find out anything you can on Veltro.
I don't see a thing. I thought the Mediterranean was just like a big lake.
Be patient. Finding a ship at sea is like finding a needle in a haystack.
No kidding. But that still doesn't solve our problem. Hey, are you even listening?
We'll find you, Jill. I promise.
If I have to... If there are other boss fights like that that are like in the future, then Jesus. And you know, God, what Chris said was right too, though. And this is like a life lesson, dude. Like, finding something out in the middle of the sea or ocean really is like, it's actually probably worse than finding a needle in a haystack. It's extremely difficult to find something in the ocean when you are looking for them, so when you're not, it's nigh impossible. Like, there have been people who straight up been stranded out in the middle of the ocean and have been, like, right next to a ship, like, sometimes even in broad daylight, and not get rescued. Which is, like, holy shit, right? So if you're, just keep this in mind. If you're ever lost at sea, and no one knows where you are, then, you know, try to get help. You see a ship in the distance, you know, try to get them to notice you, but don't count on them noticing you. And honestly, this is gonna sound pessimistic, but count on dying alone out in the sea. Yeah, like, honestly, like, because every single time that I know that people survive in the sea in this situation was because some random, like, fisherman or something like that just happened to serendipitously find them. Straight up. Episode 4, A Nightmare Revisited.
We are Veltro, vengeful messengers from the depths of the Inferno.
Terrorists. We killed these bastards already.
It looks like you missed a few. And they're on this ship.
And now they want to use the virus to stage another attack. They seek the truth about Terra Grigia and vengeance.
Jill, look at this. The whole ship's out of power. The ship's running on emergency power. But the comm system needs the main power. We need to bring the engine room back online. But that won't be easy.
Alright. Here's what I want to know. How the fuck did Raymond get in here if we had to kill the comms officer first? It doesn't make much sense to me. Also, sorry to tell you this, Veltro, but your plans are a little... like, this villain's... The motivations are fine, but, like, the plan itself is a little ridiculous. Like, this is something that I would expect to see from some kind of, like, James Bond villain, like poisoning water and shit. Now, I'm talking about the campy ones that I haven't... There are some of those movies that are... That's like Austin Powers level shit right there. What is this, though? Safety procedures. Because this vessel was involved in a prior accident, safety standards that go beyond those outlined in the Maritime Safety Act have been introduced. I don't know what is in the actual Maritime Safety Act, but I can tell you that well, this one fun fact. These are one of two things. I don't know if there was a Maritime Act of law before this happened, but if there was, it was very lax. But to my knowledge, there wasn't one, but there might have been one somewhere. At least as far as international maritime law goes. They used to be either lax or non-existent in international waters, and they got either created or much stricter after the Titanic happened in 1912. Let's see. You know, I think it's funny how like disasters, like, are named after one thing. Like had it never sunk, and you say Titanic, you'd just be referring to the RMS Titanic, the ship. But since it sunk and like over 1,000 people died in it, you say Titanic, and yeah, it's the ship. But people think of the tragedy more than the actual thing, which I think is kind of funny. Like same thing goes for the Twin Towers, and I don't know if I should bring this up. Rest in peace, those who died in that. Now, because like it's 9/11 is a simple date, September 11th, 2001. Although 2001 isn't part of it, but like 9/11, without those things going down, that date would have no real meaning. Yeah, I just find it like weird, like how one little thing can identify that sort of thing. How like the name of a ship is linked directly to a tragedy, and so is a simple date, 9/11. Although that's also referred to just as the September 11th attack. Still, September 11th attacks though. That's still just a date. Fun fact, and this is the last thing I'm going to mention about the old World Trade Center. As much of a tragedy as that was, which it was a fucking tragedy. Here's a fun fact for you about that though, about the name, about how we know about it. The term we used is that it's known these days colloquially as either 9/11 or September 11 attacks. Usually 9/11. It's really mostly formally known as September 11 attacks. When it first happened, and the preceding months after when it first happened, it wasn't really known as 9/11 or September 11 attacks. It was really more so known as the World Trade Center disaster, which sums it up exactly well. It's exactly what it was, which is interesting. What was it? I think it was like 6 months to a year. The first like 6 months to a year, it was only referred to as the World Trade Center disaster, and then after about a year, it started being referred to as the September 11 attacks. And then sometime after that, it just started being, and then sometime after that translated to simply being 9/11. You know, I didn't think I would talk about 9/11 in any video I ever made, but here I am. Yeah, that day fucked up so many lives. All crew must read and study this manual to be prepared to act in case of an emergency. 1. The Queen Zenobia has 2 unique power generators. I love how they just have a paper like this just lying around in case somebody wants to use the shit. So this is so Resident Evil. If the main power generator should fail, the backup generator in the bilge will compensate for its loss and supply the entire ship with operating power. This ship contains vertical and horizontal bulkheads that automatically divert water in case of flooding. In the event of an emergency, the bulkheads can be operated by the control system in the bilge. This system will continue to operate even after sustaining minimal damage. So we got to get to the bilge. Gotcha. So where's that on the map? Where is that on the map? What? Where the hell is the goddamn bilge? What? Yeah, I don't know where the bilge is. But I hope and assume that the game will give me some guidance once I get out of this here room right here. Ooh. Shotgun ammo. You don't know one thing that's like... Here's one thing too, before I go, that is gonna be, that I think is gonna be fucking ridiculous, is that fucking comms officer, you know, that fucking boss fight with the fucking bullet sponge ass motherfucker and all his fucking enemies that fucking swarm the fucking fuck out of you, like, in waves and fucking waves. This is only chapter fucking, that was only the chapter fucking 3 boss fight. And yet, I feel like at least every 3 chapters is gonna be a fucking boss fight. And I feel like every fucking boss fight in this fucking game is gonna be similar to that fucking one. I'm pretty fucking sure it's gonna be the case. So, I really fucking hope that that fucking boss fight was not, in fact, the most, that was not like the easiest fucking boss fight. Because if it was, then fuck me. Alright. Honestly, I think my first goal at this point is going to be to get that shotgun. Because I pick up that circular crest thingy, which I'm pretty sure is where you put to get that shotgun that was on the wall. You know, I like this music. Holy Jesus!
Take it. You might need it. Like you said, turning on the power won't be easy.
Iron anchor key.
That key will get you through the casino on the first floor. Then you'll find a lift to take you to the bilge. But tell me something first. You didn't see any other FBC members here, did you? I can't reach my partner, Rachel. Damn it. I haven't heard from her since she went to the bilge. I told you, the casino entrance is on the first floor hall.
First floor hall, huh? Well, first things first, though. Will this thing cooperate? Thank you. Upper cabins, lower cabins. Yeah, first things first, though, for me. Getting that shotgun.
Should we look for this Rachel woman?
We can, but after we bring back the ship's power.
The bilge can wait. Shotgun comes first. Come on, you fake-ass loading screen. Yeah, I know what you are, you circular wheel thing turning. I know you're disguising the loading screen. You can't fool me. The casino, huh? You can get to the bilge from the casino. Casino's the first floor hall. So... Yep, casino. You know, I've never been to a casino before in real life, but here's what I do know about it. If you're not a dipshit, okay, if you're a dipshit, you might waste all your money here because gambling, you're fucking moron like that. But if you just take a moderate amount of money, let's say $100 if you can spare it, or maybe, or like, you know, go with a group of friends who pitch in, let's say, I don't know, $50 to $100, so not too much. And then just go out, gamble a little bit, only a little bit, have a good time, have some drinks, have some, you know, whatever the fuck. Now, this is all second-hand knowledge. I've never been, but my second-hand knowledge from trusted sources is that shit's actually a pretty good night out. And plus, it's an alternative way to a nightclub and or a bar to get laid. Which is always a good thing. Actually, it's not always a good thing, because you could end up picking up, I don't know, an STD, or you could end up fucking a tranny by mistake or some bullshit. Especially these days. I do have a story about that. Not fucking a tranny, but... Never been to a casino, but I have been to nightclubs, and there was this one nightclub. When I was under 20, I wasn't 21 at this point, and it was the only nightclub in town that had 18 plus restriction instead of 21 plus. I think I was either 19 or 20 at the time, and it was like a gay nightclub, and it was divided into 3 different sections actually. There was one section when you walk through the front door. There was one section on the left, which was like the gay section, like the regular gay section. There was a section on the right, which was like the lesbian section, and then there was a small part in the middle, which was for like, I don't know, miscellaneous shit. So construe that how you may. Once again, we only went here because it was it was the only 18 plus. And truth be told, it was a gay nightclub, quote unquote. But there were a lot of people who weren't gay or whatever that went to it specifically because it was 18 plus. Like there were a lot of people that weren't gay that were 18 plus that went there for that reason. But anyway, my point in telling you this, in mentioning this, is that there was one point, I forget where I was in this fucking place. But there was this tall ass, probably 6 foot fucking 6 motherfucker. They weren't black, but they were like darker skinned. Maybe they weren't, I don't know, it was kind of dark in there. Maybe they weren't darker skinned, maybe it was just the darkness of the room. Because it was really only lit by like strobe lights. But they're tall as fuck. They were in a red dress with high heels. Looked just like a tall woman. Looked just like a woman. But very tall, like a feminine figure and all. One of my friends, one of the people I went there with, bumps into this person, and the dude I went with is like, oh my bad. The person goes, you're good. Like imagine like this just like deep fucking octave voice going like, you're good. Like I don't know if my voice sounds deep or not, but like imagine like 3 or 4 or more octaves lower than mine, like just like fuck. It was like so off-putting. It was like what the fuck. That was like because of the tranny thing. It was just kind of was funny. I was like dude, I would hate to see whatever the fuck is underneath that person's dress. Jesus Christ, feminine figure, but oh god, ugh. That was either a guy who was doing some crazy shit to his body, or that was a woman who was on tea or something. I don't know, but that was. Oh wait, you were about to look at the fish. Yo, this reminds me of the main statue thingy who's from RE2 now. Well, Resi 2. Okay, you know what? So. Since there's 2 versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3, I will be referring to the reimaginings as RE2 and RE3. I will be referring to the OG versions of those games as Resi 2 and Resi 3. Just keep that in mind as a rule from now on during this whole thing. If I say RE2, I'm referring to the reimagining from whichever year. With each game respectively, and if I say Resi 2, I'm referring to the OG. So, but yeah, this reminds me of like the statue thingy in the front of Resi 2, because like in RE2, you collect the 3 medallion thingies, and then it like opens up that path to the underground. In Resi 2, it just gives you a key. And that medallion thing just reminds me of, you know... Although in Resi 2, you got a medallion in order to activate the damn thing. And you got the medallion in the STARS office on the A scenario. Because Resi 2, unlike RE2, Resi 2 actually has actual fucking A and B scenarios. Where the narrative and story structure actually make fucking sense. Like, you have to kill a lot of the same enemies, and you have to solve a lot of the same puzzles, because there still has to be a fucking game to play. But narratively, it works very well. And actually, there are some puzzles and doors that do, in fact, affect the other scenarios. Whereas in RE2, you have a slightly different opening and an extended ending, and that's it. That's one of my 3 major flaws with RE2. What is this? Oh, now I can carry more shit. Excellent. This is a small casino, though. I mean, all of it is slot machines. Where's the blackjack? Where's the fucking poker? Oh, okay. That's where it is. Okay. That looks like blackjack. I say that because of the circles. I know I'm not doing anything important here, like, but you can always skip ahead. You know, double tap 10 seconds or click on the thingy for 15 seconds ahead if you get... Casino staff report. I finally found out how to bypass the security on the VIP room. That room's reserved for all the high rollers, so I've always been curious what goes on in there. High rolling gambling in a regular casino. And possibly some illicit shit if you're dealing with the mafia. Fun fact, a lot of casinos, especially in cities like Chicago and New York, a lot of casinos are run directly by the mob, like the mafia, or are run by people who are associated with the mafia. And if that's the case, then you can bet your ass there's going to be a front somewhere with it. It's so easy. All you have to do is feed coins to the casino girl next to the door and you can bypass any security. Yo, with it being that simple, why the fuck have security? You have to hit the precise... Oh, there we go. 107 grams. So feed coins to the casino girl next to the door to 107 grams. Okay. And where exactly is the high roller and shit? Is that up here? It is. Oh, it's the only thing up here. That's worth a damn. Yeah, but I don't have any, huh? Alright. I'm kind of afraid to activate this, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck it. Oh, never mind. Okay, game. One thing I would like to point out. If I interact with the fucking lever to turn on the fucking power, then don't fucking tell me it's fucking stupid. No fucking shit. That's still not done.
Holy shit.
Shit, it's been infected. Watch out.
Oh, right.
Thank you from our friend in the gas mask.
Yo, that is pretty cool though. Ow.
Finally quieted down a little.
Thank you. Well, you said coin up here. Yep. What?
Oh, want another coin?
Well, we kind of have to, don't we? I'm willing to bet at least one of these machines can give us some. How about it?
So, I can get more coins with this? I wish I had one of these at home.
Come on, game. You're having me gamble here. God, admit gambling is something I didn't think I'd be doing in a Resident Evil game. Shit. Alright, hold up. 7, 9, 17. Fuck. So, yo, this is just like the Resident Evil 0 puzzle in order to get off the train, because that's very math-based, like this one is. Shit. There we go. Alright. So let's see if that one guy's curiosities were well founded. What's back here? The bilge apparently is. That's it. And this is the bilge. Well, it goes down to it. Ah, nice to see it's still the Resident Evil 5 animation too. I'm not gonna fuck with that 'cause I feel like it'll kill me. Oh shit. I'm not gonna bother shooting it right now because I don't think it'll do shit, but fuck you later on when I actually have to fight you. And you. Ah.
Here's the lift. I hope it still works.
Hopefully. Anything around here though first? Nope, okay. What the shit?
Oh, Christ. The key's gone.
I'll look around for it.
Okay. I'll check around here, see if it turns up.
It
Radio
won't.
me if you find it.
Motherfuck. I like it when Parker's with me. It makes me feel more safe and comforted knowing that somebody's around me who may or may not help me out. 'Cause let's be honest here, Parker kind of has a track record for being very dubious when it comes to actually doing anything. What the shit? I hope to fuck that this game does not start throwing bullshit at me. Who am I kidding? They probably will. What? This whole fucking area I have to do by myself. You bastards.
Didn't Raymond say his partner was in the bilge? That means Rachel or whoever has the key. We just have to find her.
I think I might have an idea where she is.
That corpse you ran into earlier?
Yeah, I just pray it wasn't her.
Oh shit. This is the bilge? That's not good. I hate this fucking place. Oh, Jesus Christ. Run, run, run. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, can you have damage reaction to a fucking shotgun? That's kind of bullshit. Just saying, you should have damage reaction to a fucking shotgun. Alright, come on. I fucking hate this fucking place. All I want to do is get the fuck out of this fucking place. Okay. No, you didn't. Fuck you. Now she's gonna be a fucking boss. You can only carry 3 ones at a time? Some bullshit. But I choose to swap this. It will be retrieved automatically, be available for retrieval for any... Oh, okay. Awesome. So it's like Red Dead Redemption in that sense. Still though, fuck me.